First one, counting down.
Going live?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go, I guess.
We should be live on these channels. So it's just sending the data.
D'accord. Oh, yep, something's happening. We are live because I can see myself on the preview. Look at that. Hello to all the boys and girls out there. Fucking hell, look at that. We did it.
Nice.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
I'm just seeing if it's live on mine as well. It should be on. Yeah. So I'm streaming on YouTube right now at the moment, and it said it's sending data on Instagram. So
okay. Well, I'm also on both of those things that you just said there. So we made it. We made it.
We made it.
Okay.
Hello, people. And thank you for joining us again on another Lunchtime Live with myself, Dane Baptiste, and Z. How are you doing, Z? How are you feeling?
I don't smile.
What do you mean?
I'm recovering very well, thank you.
Good to hear.
I think my drink was spiked over the weekend. And
with more drink.
Oh, first of all, I don't like your phone. Okay. You need to know your voice. Yeah, I had a good time. I went out on Saturday and I'm still recovering, but I'm here. It's fine. We're ready.
It's all good. A lot has been going on.
Yeah.
So like to hear that. A lot has been going on while we were away, while you was living your best life. I've just been what did I do this weekend? I think I want to say just mainly laying low, as I have been for the past couple of months, and just trying to behave myself. Yeah, what else did I do? It's hard to do stuff at the moment. Well, mainly just did Daddy Dane care, and then just been looking after the baby. And then I did. You had such a good time, you forgot what's happening. England were playing this weekend. See, and as a proud one of these Englishes, I was watching them in the full support as an English, and they did very well in a unsurprising and yet interesting turn of events. England have been able to go through to the semi-finals of the Euros 2024, thanks to the help of a couple Black Lions who all scored their penalties, including Trent Alexander-Arnold, Cole Palmer, the star boy himself, Bukayo Saka, and who am I leaving now? Oh my goodness! Ivan Toney, who probably took the coolest one of them all, and of course, and Jude Bellingham.
Thank you. That's the only thing I know. I know Saka and Bellingham. That's all
Star boy. Yeah. Star boy, who has become the surrogate son of all Nigerians throughout the UK.
Oh, but he's everybody's son. He's just so cute.
He's cute. I mean, I don't know if I could describe him as cute because he is a very well-trained athlete and would probably lick me down if we were playing a game of football.
But he looks like a boy. Like he just looks like a boy.
He's babyface, but that's how he's able to trick people. I mean, he just seems to have good energy, very pleasant energy. Seems to be an amazing athletic talent, and that England maybe doesn't deserve. He is also does very well on and off the pitch because, as far as I'm aware, he may have got, I think, maybe 3 A stars and 4 A's for his GCSEs as well. Okay. So yeah, in every considerable way, he is a star boy and has bounced back from the horrible vitriol that he received during the last international competition via a lot of England fans, and he has bounced back alongside his other Black Lion contemporaries. And the main question has been for a lot of England fans has been, hope you are keeping the same energy you had when you were decrying these boys and saying they weren't ready and they weren't good enough. And now they are the sole reason why we are now in the semi-finals of the Euros. Let's hope you don't keep the same energy in terms of how they're represented in the media, because Rio Ferdinand alluded to this as a pundit, and a lot of the rebuttals from people, particularly online, was, why is Rio Ferdinand making this about race? I imagine that is largely due to the fact that he had to watch his brother be racially abused by another player on the pitch, and there'd be no reprimand for it. And also, you know, he comes from a long legacy of Black football players who probably experienced racism in one form or another while playing on the pitch. And also because Bukayo Saka is fucking good, and he had to say so, because if we do not give ourselves flowers, then the British media will fail to do so themselves. But
Okay.
yeah.
I think I did see something on Twitter where Diane Abbott had also tweeted something, and she just said, "Oh, look, these are the lines that got us through, and Reform's worried about immigration." And there was a young man
Aren't
who was
they
not in digital
always?
blackface. He was actually had a real blackface in real life that said, "Why is she being so divisive, making it all about race?" And so, on that note, I'd like you to tell us, Jane, about these. We're not allowed to use the word noir de coco no more. So what can we say about these? What do we have?
Digital bent wenches, or use of Kundalini energy,
There we go. There
or
we go. There we go.
some quoons spelt with a Q.
I just,
Spelt
what?
with
I
a
think
Q.
it's just very interesting when they come and this kind of pick me behavior as though it will bring them any safety when we very much know that it won't. But, apart from anecdotes on Twitter, I believe we have some stats. You have some stuff to share with us.
Yeah, a couple stats still, because I found it very particularly interesting, some of the results of the election, which I wanted to be able to discuss with you. Let's see what we have here.
Okay, so for context,
Also, for context, this is regarding a survey conducted by YouGov, where they inquired into, how can I put this? I don't really like to use the term minority because we are not a minority, but this does pertain to, yes, a breakdown of how British ethnics voted. Now, one of the... So I want to just read out the stats of some of the intentions. So asking Lou Ray, how am I doing? I'm doing good, thank you very much, for those asking as well on the live. Now, Black Britons. Now, I'm going to work my way up. I feel like normally people say in no particular order. This is a particular order. It couldn't get more particular, yeah?
Okay.
It's super particular. So for Britons of other ethnicities who I guess do not form enough numbers in order to be referred to as a distinct minority in the UK, of those miscellaneous ethnicities, shout out all of my miscellaneous people. Don't blame me. I didn't come up with the BAME name. 48% of Britain's miscellaneous ethnicities vote for Labour. 13% for Reform UK, which I assume is because of the fact that they are referred to as miscellaneous. And for the Green Party, 11, and for LD,
are you struggling here a little bit?
No. So for the Greens and Liberal Democrats, about 11% each, split down the middle. For mixed Britons, 59% voted for Labour, 18% voted for Green, 9% for Conservatives. For Indian Britons, 40% for Labour, 32% for Conservatives, and 12% for Green, which is a kind of a surprising, if I'm honest with you. Following, you thought they'd be back in the Mandem, but that would be a very stereotypical thing to assume that because you share the same ethnicity as a former prime minister, you back it. And then for Pakistani and Bangladeshi Britons, voted 44% for Labour, 29% for Green, which I think is the highest turnout for Green amongst Britain's minority ethnicity. So shout out to the Pakistanis and Bangladeshis. 3% for Conservatives and then finally 7% for Liberal Democrats and Conservatives. Which brings us to the diaspora. Z.
Do you need a drum roll?
A drum roll. I mean, I'm not sure if we're going to use a snare. I think we should go straight for African drums. Big old hands on these drums, because people need to know that amongst Black Britons, 72% voted for Labour, 11% voted for Conservatives, and 7% of Black Britons voted for Reform UK. That is right, everybody who is on the live right now. I hope you can hear this across the various platforms, that 7% of Black Britons voted for Reform UK, a party so far on the right, they even refer to Rishi Sunak, a British Indian, as the P word. And it don't get any more old school and racist than that. Now, this obviously has led to a slight intraracial furore, which Black people would be choppered enough to vote for a party who would prioritize, among many things in their manifesto, either the sanctioning of legal or economic migrants from predominantly Black countries, or for mass deportation of said members of the diaspora. And yeah, people want to know who it is. And
well, would you like to enlighten us?
well, I mean, I guess at this stage I can only speculate because there is no solid data that has this. But based on the word on the streets and in these digital streets, it seems that most people are assured or asserting the fact that the 7% of Black Britons that voted for reform are almost all exclusively Nigerian. Which
Other
at
words
this
with
point,
examples.
I mean, at this point, I have to say, why Nigerians? Why? I mean, myself personally, this has been a particular point of contention. I mean, we can have the discussion, and if you are someone who's of Nigerian descent or identify as Nigerian, feel free to contribute and tell us otherwise. But a lot of people speculate that the reason for the solidarity with a lot of Nigerians with the Reform Party comes from their very hardline anti-trans stance and their anti-LGBT stance, and also supposedly their fundamentalist Christian values, which I have yet to see because
here's the thing, though. I just want to ask the question. I'm going to put it out there. So, are they really fundamentalist Christian values, or are they something close to something else? Because I went to Catholic school until I was 18, and it definitely didn't say anything about hating certain people. In fact, it actually actively advised against that. I'm just saying. So, which parts are we taking? What's really going on here?
Well, I think it's a really good question. I think one of the things to note, particularly in the UK, is that amongst Anglo-Saxon Britons or white Britons, we've seen a steady decline in the church membership. But one place where Christian numbers seem to be growing exponentially is among Black, predominantly Nigerian Christians. Nigerians now forming the largest population or large demographic within the diaspora base within the UK. And church membership is increasing all the time. Like it was only until large an influx of Nigerians did I ever see church being advertised on the side of a bus. Because I'd never seen that before. Where I guess you have a lot of these super sermons from some of these very much larger ministries, and these take place in much larger venues than some of the civic and centres and the smaller religious buildings that we've seen historically. But yeah, apparently now, I guess it's kind of like there's like a rave. So you, instead of getting the MCs and DJs that are going to appear on the night, you get which pastors and deacons are going to be delivering the massive sermon. And apparently this has led to some level of intersectionality between Reform UK, which I find strange because amongst the many photo opportunities I've seen amongst aspiring Reform UK members, none of them seem to be outside of churches.
Okay. So just a quick one, Dane, can you do me a favor? Can you ask the audience if anyone can see me? Because I've had messages saying that they cannot see me. So can you just actually ask them? Because apparently it looks like you're talking to yourself.
Oh, that's really strange. Audience, can anybody see Z?
That's interesting because I can see you in my preview.
Strange. Right, I'm just going to maybe use my phone as backup then.
Should we end this and just go onto the phones?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Go onto the phone and just